There's fire in my blood. Burn. I could burn this city down. I could put you underground. Make the stars fall from the sky. Make the clouds never cry. I could burn you down, 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 down.
And we're now live, and hello everyone and welcome back to the Assetto Corsa Offline Championship for the 2019 Porsche Supercup round number, I think it's round number 8 of the championships. So we're here at the famous Autodromo Nazionale di Monza here in Italy, in northern Milan. So, and it's going to be one of the hell exciting race that we will see. And I'm your, I would say, the only commentator today, Hauser here, and people will be asking that, where is Grant? He actually needs some resting a bit, but he will hop on into the commentary booth in the, well, I don't know, maybe in a race, but we'll let him rest for now. But he has some, I guess, yeah. So it's only just me for now for soloing for this race, but I'm pretty sure that Grant Miran FG will hop on into the commentary booth soon. So, well, let's have a look at the history and all the track infos of this track. So it obviously being called the Temple of Speed for a reason, and a lot of tifosis coming here for the Formula 1 races, and of course located at the city of Monza in Italy. It first opened in 1922. That's 99 years ago. Actually, it's 100 years ago now. Actually, it's open almost 100 years ago. So yeah, and it currently hosts Formula 1 and the World Endurance Championship as well, the 6 Hours of Monza, and also the European Le Mans Series. A lot of series come here usually. Well, it's been famous in Italy, one of the famous tracks of Italy, and the track's length that we're using is the 5.793 kilometer circuit of 3.6 miles, 11 turns, and a lot of famous corners, the Variante Ascari, then the Parabolica, also this chicane, then the Curva Grande in turn 3. Of course, the first chicane, a lot of famous corners here, a lot of history, and let's see what happens in this qualifying session that we're about to go through as we see Jose Lucas, one of the... It's actually Jose Lucas, one of the Lechner Racing Middle East team. It's on a flying lap, actually, just coming down into the straight, then into the Variante Ascari. Slight kink there, over it goes, and a bit of slides, and yep, this track is quite a high-speed track, so slipstream is definitely an important thing. We see a lot of draftings or slipstreaming in the F1 that trying to get a tow to get a good lap, but with the Porsche Supercup cars being quite tight with the, it's literally the same spec of cars, so they don't gonna get as much advantage. But yeah, so Jose Lucas 154 to 202 to set the benchmark. Then it's been overtaken by Bentley Schaefer there, 153.762. Then Yates Terzic into first place, then been overtaken by Rubinho Gonzalez there. So that's one of the dynamic motorsport cars into the provisional pole right now. Porsche Scheinert in 5th right now. Then Cameron Cole goes to 5th place. Giuseppe Stella goes to 4th there. And there is Sergio Moro, one of the debutants in the last race. And ooh, that's almost a move made there on the turn 1. There's Gabriel Gomez goes provisional pole there into P1. Then Boss Kelly goes up provisional pole and 153.568. And I think that I saw that Alexander Arnold's there going 14 fastest, so it's a bit of slow. It's a bit of slow time for him. Luca Iger goes 7th fastest there, so about 80% of the field is actually making up some grounds and setting their lap times. Ryan Adam goes 14 fastest, and Ollie Bogues, last race winner, goes up only 6th place, but still a lot of time to improve there. We only have 14 minutes to go. It will be a 17-lap race around this famous Temple Speed track. So, yeah, so maybe could be a bit tight. Kassim Atman goes up P9, 153.911. You see a lot of big improvements there. Big lap times for Alex Lewan's register. And I think all 20 drivers complete the laps. And as we're going to see a lot of shuffling throughout the leaderboards. Also, Lucas goes up to 9th. I think Terzic goes up to 6th. Bentley Schaefer Mensa goes up to 5th. Then Helmut Diefort goes up 10 fastest into the top 10 now. So it's still provisional that Porsche Scheinert not having the best season so far. Well, actually, not having the best season so far for him. Only a couple of points scored, but no podiums for him in this season. Still in P17. Alexander Arnold goes up 15th. Sergeant Morrow goes up 16th. David Byers 18th. Gabriel Gomez managed to improve a bit more. Goes up 3rd. Stays in 3rd, by the way. And then in 14th place, I think 14th place. I think that is Rahul Patel. In 14th place, 1:53.916. Then Luca Iger, big improvements for him. There goes up to 3rd place, 1:53.620. Yeah, a bit of none. Improves up to 4th place. Alex Luan, next to cross the line, goes up provisional pole then. And Jose Lucas goes up to Bentley Schaefer, go to 7th fastest. Well, we're seeing a lot of lap times being improved consistently. Helmut Diefort goes up 11th fastest there. Rubinho Gonzalez goes up to 8th place. And Porsche Shine up there, still trying to improve his lap time. Goes up 15th, but then being dropped down because Alexander Arnold goes to 14th, but then Cameron Cole goes 13th fastest now as Sergeant Morrow goes up P10, then David Byers goes up to 2nd place, 1:53.539, only about 36 milliseconds off from Alex Luan's provisional pole time. Now that is gonna be a big implications now, as we see right here. But the slowest time so far, Michael Valniak, only with 54.156. There you see Luca Iger goes up to 2nd place, replacing David Byers' position, so he's now provisionally in front row. And then Ryan Adam goes up into provisional pole there, 1:53.422. That's easily first one to get into 1:53.4s. The rest still has to still follow Ryan's lap time. And Kasim Adnan, meanwhile, goes up to P4. And Alex Luan retakes the provisional pole. Go 3 milliseconds off. That's how close these spec cars are. If you have the right driver there. Bentley Schaefer, 8th fastest, so 53.633. Then Rubinho Gonzalez there for the Dynamic Motorsport Porsche goes up into P9, 53.629. With this lap time, then Alexander Arnold next to cross the line, he goes up 15th fastest, being overtaken by Cameron Cole there into P12, and then Sergeant Morrow improves even more into 5th place. Then David Byers and managed to improve even more there, but still not quite into the 1:53.4s, but still 3rd is pretty good for him. But Sergeant Morrow, after being debuted in the last race back at the Portimao round, well, this is a big one for him. He scored points in his debut Porsche Supercup race as well. So, well, this is going to be a big start for him in P5. As we see David Byers improving his lap time little by little there, just coming out at the 2nd chicane. Then into Lesmo 1, then to Lesmo 2. Yep, nice and easy. Maybe we could go with it. And you see there, some of these are getting a toll there. I think it's Cameron Cole still all alone there. I think that's Sergeant. Yep, that is Sergeant Morrow. That's getting a little bit slipstream from, I think that's one of the BWT Lackner Racing team's cars, as David Bentley Schaefer goes at the fastest there, 53.470. Now into the top 3 positions with this. Look at that speed trap there, 271 kilometers per hour. And yep, coming out of the Rettifilio chicane and into Curva Grande, rounds through that corner. And I think, yep, he's going to get a little bit of toll here from, I think, it's kind of hard to tell who that is, but David Byers now setting another lap times, and now there's going to be a little bit of battle there into Rettifilio chicane. That's Sergio Moro. I think that his time is a bit worse than his previous lap time that he set to get to 7th. But yeah, it's now a little bit of battle there. 7 minutes to go in this session. That's Gabriel Gomez, who I was talking about being he was not really giving Sergeant Morris a tow, but now he's following the number 8 Electra Racing Middle East car, I think that is Jose Lucas. So it's now all these cars. Oh, actually, that's Luca Iger, so my bad. Boss Kelly improves up to 5th place, 40 into 153.4 now. We're just about to manage to get it in, because look at that time, that's 4.92. But it is really a tight field, as we knew. It's Michael Valjak, meanwhile. It's still the only one that's into 154s. Still can't manage to get it through to 153s, but we may never know. He might pull off some upsets in the closing stage of the qualifying session. So, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see. We only got about 5 minutes and 50 seconds left to go. So Kelly's still in, trying to make his lap time there. Lesmo 1, then into Lesmo 2. Slight bit of a going oversteer there and went wide. If that was F1 rules, that you would get a time deleted. That Michael Valjak there, as I said, goes up to 6th place into 153.4s, as Jose Lucas goes second fastest. Giuseppe Stella, another Dynamic Motorsport car, goes up into P11. Well, that is some great lap times there for both Dynamic Motorsports cars. And there is somebody coming out of the pits. Ryan Adams goes into pit lane. 5 minutes left to go. Boss Kelly rounds off the final corner. I think he's still trying to improve his lap time. I don't know if that is enough, but he will try, and only goes, stays in 7th place. Still a bit off from Alex Lewan's provisional lap time. So only 2 drivers that get into 153.3s. Luca Iger, very close there into the barrier. But here he goes into the Variante Ascari. Slight kink there, then goes into the straight, the back straight. And here we go, look at Iger, and I think that's Gabriel Gomez who was trying to following him, trying to get a slipstream. But here we go, Iger rounds the final corner, 145, 146. Now rounds off the Parabolica. And what time is he going to get? Well, he stays 8th fastest, same with Gabriel Gomez, which he stays 13th. And we have a couple of minutes to go until we start to go race. So, Gabriel Gomez, don't do a suicide dive bomb there. And Giuseppe Stella goes up pole position. Provisional pole for him now. And you see on the back there, Ollie Bogues improves his lap time as well. Last race winner didn't really go so well there for today's qualifying only goes P14. So see now, just everybody's still trying to improve their lap times. There's just only 3 minutes left now. So this might be a little bit implications in terms of the championship as well. Well, Luca Aiger is currently leading the championship right now. And Boss Kelly goes up to 4th place. Yatis Terzic goes up to 9th right now. So they're going to be even more chaos as we see there with the Dynamic Motorsport with that Rubinho Gonzalez trying to go on the inside. That is really close, and he has to go on wide, ruining the lap times a bit. Rubinho Gonzalez, one of the Dynamic Motorsports cars, may have some troubles going on here, but Rahul Patel goes up P5 there for, I think that's for the Momo Megatron Legner Racing. Billy Schaefer goes pole position 153.222. So provisional pole there for Billy Schaefer. And Luca Aiger, the championship leader right now, goes up to 4th place. Where he starts will be crucial to his championship. He's leading Helmut Tifo by only 8 points currently. And we've also Ollie Burks as well, the last race winner. It's about, I think, probably, well, 11 points behind. As speaking of Ollie Burks, goes up 2nd place in front of Luca Aiger, the championship leader. Now this is going to create some fun as going on here. And Kasim Adnan goes up the fastest. Well, that's a big improvement for one of the MRS GT Racing team drivers. Oh boy. Might have something going on here. As Yatis Terzic comes out, well, just past the finish line, no improvements on his lap time. Alexander Arnold goes up 17th place. But still not really enough to go even further. But Schaefer, your provisional pole currently, and we only have 30 seconds left on the clock. But, well, let's see. Yates Terzic just coming round the Curva Grande. I think this would be his last flying lap. Cameron Cole goes up P15. Well, not that much far, but there you see Rahul Patel goes up back up to 3rd place. Oh boy. The qualifying just start to go on, and there it is, somebody going to the pit lane, and we only got 3 seconds left. Luca Aiger, could he clinch the pole position? Could he clinch the provisional pole? He only goes 6th fastest. Well, and here comes Sergeant Morrow. Could he go even further than P14? He does, goes up to 8th fastest there. Giuseppe Stella next to cross the line. What is his lap time going to be? He's got pole position there. Giuseppe Stella, the Italian driver. But Ollie Box, could he do something even more? He goes pole. And then this is just swapping now once more. Ollie Box is provisional pole right now. And Joe Shiner doesn't really gonna improve his lap time, so he goes straight into the pit lane. But Alex Luwan, could he deny Ollie Boat's pole? No, he can't. He stays 7th fastest. Boss Kelly next to cross the line. We only have 9 cars left to cross the line, and Boss Kelly has to settle for P10. But here comes Yatis Terzic. Could he improve even more? No, he can't. He stays 11th place. Kasim Adnan, actually Ryan Adam, will stays in P12. He goes into the pit lane, and I think that's Cameron Cole who just crossed the line, but no improvements on his lap time. Mihail Valyak, he's the only Dynamic Motorsport car, I think, that is outside the top 10 currently, and Mihail Valyak, could he even go faster than his previous lap time? No, he can't. He stays 14th place. Cameron Cole, next to cross the line, only 15th fastest there. David Byers goes 6th fastest in this qualifying session, so we only have 1 car left, and that's Rahul Patel, who goes straight into the pit lane. And that means Ollie Boaks will take pole position here for the Monza round. Well, that's a bit of a intense qualifying session there for Ollie Brooks and the rest of everyone. But yeah, Ollie Brooks, another. I think that is his second pole position. I think, was that his first pole? I have no clue. But yeah, 17 lap race for this round. So let's have a look at. So without further ado, let's have a look at the starting grid. So Ollie Brooks, surprising qualifying once more. He goes P1, so he starts in first place. Alongside him is Giuseppe Stella, lines up in the front row. And then in the second row we have Bentley Schaefer, and Rahul Patel lines up alongside him in the second row. Row 3, Rahul Patel, Qasim Adnan, sorry, and David Byers were lines up in row 3. Row 4 is Luca Iger, the championship leader, and Alex Luan lines up in 8th place. Sergio Moro, a decent qualifier for him, starting in P9, and then P10 is Jose Lucas. Then in the 6th row we have Boss Kelly and Yatis Teresic lines up in the 6th row. Row 7, Ryan Adam and Mihail Valyak. And row 8, we have Cameron Cole and Rubinho Gonzalez. Gabriel Gomez and Alexander Arnold, the former F1 driver, will lines up in row 9. And rounding out the top 20 is Helmut Tiefort, the second place in the championship standings, started way further back in the field. And Pongshanok Shoshine will rounding out the top 20. So, oh boy, 17 laps for the Porsche Supercup. We're about to start. 6 lights. And it's off, and we're going green here at Monza. Ollie Brooks, what a start there. And you see there, making a 3 wide there, Rahul Patel on the behind. Stelach is in the middle of it, and here it goes into the first corner. Well, Ollie Brooks goes into the lead straight away. Bentley Schaefer has to battle with Stella. They're alongside each other. Schaefer has a bit of traction coming off the Rettifilio chicane. Goes over to P2, and here goes. Everybody just have a clean start, no contact at all. Luca Iger going round the outside on David Byers on Cola Grande, and now coming down into the Roger chicane, and Iger's still alongside Byers. Byers still trying to hang on the outside, and now it turns back on the inside. Byers has some more traction, and he takes P6. And you see a lot of position changes on the midfield. That's Jose Lucas goes up to 8th place right now. Alex Lewan goes really wide there. Oh, and Sergeant Moore may take an advantage on the inside into Lesmo 2. That is really close there. And Moore will have to settle for 10th place, but he loses a bit of a momentum going off from the Lesmo 2. And you see Ryan Adam just all swerving behind Boss Kelly, and he's gonna try to make a move on the inside. The Boss Kelly, no, a little bit too far back there into the Varianti Ascari, and everybody just rounds off out of corner. Oh, that's going off. I think that's Alexander Arnold. I think he's just clobbered somebody. Oh, I thought for a moment there Alexander Arnold could clobber Gabriel Gomez, but that was really close contact. Really close to contact. Or is there a contact there? Alexander Arnold just going wide there, trying to avoid Cameron Cole actually. And then ooh, I think he might have hit Gabriel Gomez after all. Oh yeah, I think he might have hit him. I think he might have hit him there, but yeah, Ollie Brooks leads away into the second lap of the race. Qasim Adnan had a pretty decent start there, and you see Rubinho Gonzalez alongside Yates Teresic in P13. So it's the P13 battle here. You see on the front, and it's going to be really close indeed. And Gonzalez goes round the outside. He's going to turn onto the inside, and he takes P13 in for Rubinho Gonzalez, the Spanish dynamic motorsport driver. Cameron Cole right behind Terzic, maybe looking for a move into the Variante del Rogier, or the Rogier chicane. Oh, he's just really close on the back of Terzic, but there wasn't enough room there. So, and he will have to settle for P16 for now. But yeah, very close call there for Alexander Arnold. But yeah, but he still will be able to continue though, so there's still no retirements in this race. And well, Cameron Colt still right behind Terzic, but then you see Michael Valjak, the Croatian driver. Might have a look at after all. Just have a look on the outside, but they then being blocked by Cole. Cole's still trying to hang on in there, and now into the Ascari chicane. But he's just looks fine, but we'll see what happens in the next couple of laps. We're only just into lap 2 of the race, so it's still anything could happen. You see Hamilton Ford making up a little bit of ground, only gained 1 position. But he's still trying to overtake Gabriel Gomez there. Ollie Berg sets the personal best lap time. Bentley Schaefer sets the fastest lap time, 1:53.478. Well, this is going to have a lot of implications in the championship, because Ollie Bergs is in the lead of the race right now, and Hamilton Ford is in 2nd place in the championship. But he's currently in 18th, which that means, I think, Ollie Bergs would take the championship lead over Hamilton Ford and Luca Eiger as well. Eiger is currently in 7th place, but yeah, Arnold not had a mistake there coming out of Ascari chicane in the first lap, so that's gonna compromise him a little bit, and he might have some damage after all as well. But yeah, we'll have to see if there's gonna be any more drama for him, but I hope that everybody just have a clean race. Hamilton Ford still right behind Gabriel Gomez, and you can see the gaps between Ollie Bergs and Bailey Schaefer there, 1.5 seconds. And also Giuseppe Stella is still right behind Schaefer, so he could still pounce for a move. And Kasim Atman 1.1 seconds behind Giuseppe Stella, so this could be a slight bit of hampering, so we'll have to wait and see. So here he goes, now coming out of the Ascari chicane into this long straight. And everybody's just gonna try to get a toe as much as they can until they think they can go for a move there. T-Ford going wide, very wide indeed there. Giuseppe Stella sets the fast lap time, 1:53.368. And the other guys are actually setting a personal best lap time, but T-Ford, that wide entry into the corner might compromise him, because here comes Alexander Arnold 4 tenths behind. You see Michael Valjak looking for a move on Cameron Cole, but wasn't enough. It wasn't. There's just too much gap there. It's a lap 4 race, and everybody pretty much spreading out a lot more than expected, to be honest. And here we goes now. Giuseppe Stella actually catching up a little bit, up to about 7/10 of a second from Bentley Schaefer. Schaefer's still holding on there. Meanwhile, for Schaefer in the championship, well, he currently stands in 5th place. Well, score podium back at the British the Silverstone round, but still, he could be in trouble. He could be in trouble if he doesn't careful enough, trying to defend from Giuseppe Stella. So So here it goes. Ollie Box actually, yeah, maybe it's a little bit stretching a gap, but the tires were eventually worn out with these cars as well. And it goes into lap 5 of the race. This is gonna be a long one, so oh boy. Robert Tail, personal best lap time, same with Bayer's Luca Iger, then also Jose Lucas. But yeah, everybody's just getting closer and closer, as to be expected, with these spec cars, with the slipstream. So yeah. And looking at the back of the pack, Hamilton Ford, still looking for a move on Gabriel Gomez, but for the PWT Lacquer Racing car. And it goes come around the Cover Grande as we switch back to Giuseppe Stella. Still pretty tight battle here, as it's only down to about 4/10 of a gap. So he could maybe go for a move now. It's actually going down and down for the gap. We might have a chance to overtake Schaefer and going after Ollie Box. But he has to get past Bentley Schaefer first. But here he goes. Top 3 actually pretty close, about 1.7 seconds between each other for the top 3. Meanwhile, for Kasim Adnan, 1.7 seconds behind. So he might not get the much toll that he needed, but at least he can still stay close if the guys in front are battling each other, and probably for them losing a bit of momentum, and could lose them some time as well. As you see now, lap 6 of the race, Box sits on the personal best lap time of his race, and here he goes. He's really close. There's Giuseppe Stella, but is he going to try to overtake on the inside? He has a look though, but he has to settle. Still trying to stay behind Bentley Schaefer there. We see on the back, there is Hamilton Ford trying to go on the have a look on the inside. Still wasn't enough. Same situation there. But Hamilton Ford, he wanted to try to overtake the car in front, but there wasn't enough speed to go for it. But yeah, you could see there, Stella getting real close on the back of Bentley Schaefer now. And actually, both actually losing a bit of the pace here. I think it was 1.2 seconds off, 1.2 seconds gap before. It's now down to 1.1. So that the tires are degrading and also, you know, losing the time a bit as well. But if he could still keep the current pace, he would guarantee his second win, and probably 2 in a row as well for him if he would win this race. Mihail Valyak, meanwhile, pretty much in the mid half back on the grid, still trying to overtake Cameron Cole. As we see now, it's gonna rounds the Ascari chicane. And here it goes. This is just really close indeed. And T4 is still looking for a move, but and he went wide as well, and that's gonna lost him time. And there you see Alexander Arnold actually very close to the back of T4 now. And here he comes, Mihail Valyak, very close on the back of Cameron Cole. Is he going to try to go for a move? He doesn't. Well, actually he does. On the inside of Cameron Cole. Cole still trying to hang on the inside. Valyak trying to go for a move on the inside, but then it wasn't enough in the Rettifilio chicane there. Well, so Valyak still has to settle for 16th place. Just round the Cover Grande once more. We see Mihail Valyak actually in the championship hunt. I think he was, well, in 7th place currently, scored 2 podiums, and, well, had a decent season, but still looking to try to make up some grounds. He's currently still staying in 16th place, and there you see there, Gabriel Gomez actually catching up to those 2 cars, Cole and Valyak, so this could be problems for Valyak if he's want to try to make up more whoops. But let's see, Cole still hanging on in there in 15th place, Valyak's in 16th, and there you see the back 6 are very close to each other actually, only about a couple of tenths off from each other, some of them about a second. You see there Arnold and Chapshainat, about a second off between each other. And we're now into lap number 8 of the race. As we see, Ollie Box still in the lead with Bentley Schaefer in 2nd place. Stella so has pretty close gap, 6/10 of a gap. Kasim Adnan 4th place. Well, there he goes, Hemel T-Ford, really close on Gabriel Gomez. Is he going to try to go for a move? I think that's a lockup there for Hemel T-Ford. I think he might have just kissed the back bumper of Gabriel Gomez's car a bit. So I think he might, but let's see on the replay. I think he had a lockup of some sort. I think it might have been, yeah, it is a lockup. Yeah, he nudged the back of Gabriel Gomez's car just a bit. But I hope that won't do that much damage to T-Ford's car. So we see back on the front 3. Stella still can't make a move on Bentley Schaefer, but I think he might be able to do it soon with the tire degradation and with the tire wear as well. Well, he might, but he has to save a little bit of tire just to make sure that he could attack to the front. So, and you see there Kasim Adnan 1.7 second gap. Rubinho Gonzalez in P13 so far, still trying to catch up with Ryan Adam, 4/10 of a gap. So it's getting close actually, it's getting close. He's actually getting close to Ryan Adam. And there you see there, the back 6 still battling each other. And actually, Gomez actually went to defend on the inside, but here comes the T-Ford now, has a little bit of a look, and he does goes into the inside in Parabolica. T-Ford, I think he might be able to make a move just done. Yes, he does. Rounds off the Parabolica. He takes it, but then Gomez has a bit of a better exit speed. He has more momentum. He could go on the inside. He's on the slipstream, and now he's alongside Hemel T-Ford, now going to the Rettifilio chicane. He has a look on the inside. T-Ford trying to hang on in there. He has more traction, and he will still keep the 17th place. Gomez dropped down 1 position now. And we're now into lap 9 of the race. Alexander Arnold may have a look here into the Curva Grande on the outside. Would he try to go for it? Yes, he does, but it's going to turn on to the inside into the Roger chicane. And here he goes on the inside. Oh, it's getting real close there. Almost a contact. But Arnold still can't quite make a move done. And still going to stay in P19. But nice effort there for the former Formula 1 driver. But here comes Michael Valyak on the back of Cameron Cole. He's really close there. 3/10 of a gap. And you see there, it's actually going a little bit of gap been made there for Cole and Terzic. And here it goes, Valyak, 2/10 of a gap. Would he try to go for it? No, he's not going to try it. But yeah, and here it goes, rounds off the Ascari chicane. He has a slipstream that he could go for, 3/10 of a gap. I think that might be enough to make a move actually. But was it enough? He's trying to break for it, but it wasn't really enough for Valyak, but might be enough for Alexander Arnold, who tried to go on the inside, but then he goes wide on Parabolica. That might give a little bit of chance for Chaushainet, as we see Rahul Patel sets the fastest lap time there. And Porsche Chaushainet is now right behind Alexander's tail, the wings now. And would he try to go for a move on the inside onto the Retifilio chicane? He does gonna try. He has to look on the inside, but then returns back to the racing line. Maybe that was a little bit too risky for him, so he has to back out of it. So he will stay in P20 for now. But you see actually on the front, Ollie Boak's actually losing a bit of time. It's now down to 9/10 of a gap, 8/10 of a gap. It's a little bit down there for Ollie Boak's, but we'll have to wait and see. Porsche Chaushainet, well, currently he stands in P15 in the championship, as before mentioned. So, but stays in P20 and there's no points as well in that position. So, yeah. A bit of a tough weekend for him, but well, actually, it's in a weekdays race. But yeah, Valyak still trying to look to overtake him or T-Ford there. T-Ford, actually no, that's not T-Ford, bruh. That's Cameron Kolb. Sorry, my bad. Valyak is, whoa, it is really close though, 2/10 of a gap. He could try to go on a Parabolica, but then he might have to think the other way around. But then, oh, he goes really wide there on the Parabolica, and that loses him of momentum. And I think T-Ford, you see behind, 4/10 of a gap, now down to just about 3/10. And here we goes. Maybe he would try on the inside there, but I think it's a bit too far back. I think he's a bit too far back, so he has to stay behind Michael Valyak. Oh boy, and oh boy, still pretty close. A pretty close battle, to be honest. But even though we don't get any overtakes, still can see that if these drivers might make a mistake or something like that. But back onto the top 5 here. Rahul Patel, as we previously saw, that he gets fastest lap. Maybe he adapts the racing style, the driving style, with the current tire wear that he's currently getting, and everybody's getting. But and he's getting fastest lap times, I think 2 times in a row as well for Rahul Patel, so he might actually overtake somebody here. But the first driver that he has to overtake is Kasim Adnan there. Kasim Adnan is, well, with the MRS GT racing team alongside David Byers. Byers, meanwhile, is in P6, so basically Patel is actually being sandwiched right now, but Patel actually has a decent gap over David Byers, so yeah, we might have to wait and see. But there he goes, Patel really close on the back of Kasim Adnan. It looks kind of far, but he might make a move. 3/10 of a gap, and he's gonna always going around the outside, but then Kasim Adnan, really weird lines going through there, but yeah, still keep his position done. And Michael Valyak still trying to go for a move. Oh man, don't go for a move like that, the T-Ford. That is, I think he's probably gonna cut that corner as well. I think yeah, for the Retifilio chicane, but T-Ford, a little bit of a cheeky move down the inside onto the Retifilio chicane, but yeah, that might not work so well for him. So he has to back out of it. So Valyak still staying 16th. Boss Kelly, meanwhile, is currently in P11, and he only actually scored only one only one place finishes. Actually, I said it totally wrong. I mean, he actually scored .1s back at the German round at the Hockenheimring, but Boss Kelly's still pretty close to Sergeant Morrow, who was making the debut last race back at the Portugal ring in Portimao. So here we go. So everybody's actually, with these cars that it's pretty close. And we have, the second temporary commentator there, Giuseppe. Hello. And he actually, what? Okay, well, he's gonna come back soon, but for Giuseppe. But we'll have to wait and see. And we're actually about a couple of laps left. And here he goes. Alexander Arnold might have a move on the inside of Gabriel Gomez. It's going to be real tight there into the Rettifilio chicane. I think Arnold might have a little bit of slow traction coming off that second turn. Yep, he does. Slow traction, and Porsche Scheinert may fancy have a move on the outside of Curva Grande. But is it going to be a little bit too close? Or actually, maybe too far? Well, he does go alongside Alexander Arnold, but would it be enough? No, it's not enough. Scheinert will still have to settle for P20. But Giuseppe, hello.
Hello, Pausa, thank you. I see today we're having Porsches, right? So that's nice to have. Racing around Monza. I mean, I've already gotten that. What am I even saying? You know where we at? Temple of Speed. So, as I see, Box is leading by quite a margin too, to be fair. But no, not many laps left, so let's see how that rotation unfolds.
Yeah, definitely. But Alexander Arnold still trying to overtake Gabriel Gomez. He's still been trying for the entire race, I think. But he had a spin earlier on in lap 1, but that cost him a couple of positions. That drops him down to P19. Yeah. Ollie Brooks gets the fastest lap there, 1:52.996.
Yeah, that's very quick, to be honest. Shows that he's really keeping out the pace out there in the lead. I don't think he'll give it up anytime soon, but yeah, those early spins, they really get you mentally in the race, so that's why he's probably that down there, as China now might have a move on Alexander Arnold there going into turn 1, but he's first thought about going to the outside, now he's trying the inside. I think it might even work. Is he there though? We'll have to find out now as we go into the braking section. He just has to back out.
Yeah, he has to back out there. I think, Arnold has the inside line.
Yes, 4 laps to go, so anything can happen, as you know here. It's ACLC.
Yep. We all know that AIs could do something very unrealistic, I guess. I guess you could call that.
I'm looking for any close battles in the field. Guess we have battle for 15th and for 9th, possibly. Also the battle for the second place, to be honest. As we go to the one for 15th place, we have Cole, Valyak and Tyford. Valyak in the middle of this, and that's what we're looking at right now.
Yeah, Valyak been trying. Yeah, he's been trying the whole race to try to overtake just like Cameron Cole, but he's weaving. He almost goes close into that barrier, but he goes on to the Variante Ascari. Pretty close, 5/10 of a gap, and now down into the back straight.
Yeah, here, of course, slipstream is probably the most important part. It's about the exit of the corners and the slipstream, which can basically even get you the overtake before the corner ends. But seems like, in those cars, it's not as powerful as, let's say, Formula 1 cars, which are basically aerodynamic on wheels. So you perfectly know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, definitely. And with these cars, also, I previously mentioned that being a spec series, so it's gonna be pretty close to each other. But also, we're not gonna see any gains on that much gain of in terms of the slipstream, to be honest, right?
Exactly that. It's all about how good you are as a driver, how good you know the track, and the stuff like that. Because of course that's what spec series are all about. It's all about your knowledge. I mean, okay, then again, the team crew is different. That's true, but of course in ACOC we don't really have that, so it's all equal. Depends how good the driver is and how good he knows his stuff in race situations. So that's what we're looking at right now, especially in series like Porsche Supercup, which, in my opinion, one of my favorites, to be honest. Not because my driver races there, of course, but just in general. Also really like those Porsches, but I don't want to ramble on too much because 3 laps to go. It's not much time left in this race.
Yeah, there isn't really that much to talk about. It's going to be really tight coming off the final 3 laps, as we see. Valyak still right behind the back bumper of Cameron Cole. 4 tenths of a gap. It's into the braking zone once more. And yeah, still can't find a way. It's pretty tough. It's pretty tough with these overtaking spots. You have to get a perfect line to indeed get a good overtaking move, or just overtake.
Yeah, Oli Bogue's new fastest lap.
Oh yeah,
so he's really pushing up there.
Indeed, even though it's a final couple of laps, it's only 2 laps to go now. But he's trying to escape from everybody else as much as he can.
Yeah, you never know. What if you get caught up in a corner? Maybe you go wide a bit there. You lose that gap, might get overtaken. So I understand his logic. Just push till the end, and he can do that comfortably if he has the chance to do so. As Alexander Arnold, again, he's getting so close to Gabriel Gomez. If we're looking at the gaps, he's the closest. It's probably the closest battle right now for P18, ironically. But as you can see, 2 tenths of him, he can't get the move done.
Yeah, still can't get the move done. At least I would say maybe about 2 tenths of a gap. And then you can maybe try to go for an overtake, but it is kind of hard to overtake as well. So yeah, well, let's see what happens. But you see at the front there, Stella still about 7 tenths off from Bentley Schaefer, and you see there, and here it goes Gonzalez right behind Ryan Adam. Adam still staying on pretty decently there for the MRS Cup Racing team. Meanwhile, he's defending the Dynamic Motorsport team, which currently sits in 2nd place in the team's championship. And here goes Arnold, still right behind Gomez. It's 3 tenths of a gap. Well, he might go for a move into the Scotty chicane. Would he go for it? No, he won't. But yeah, he's keeping for it. He's keeping for the next couple of corners. But oh, he's losing a little bit of momentum coming off of that corner. So that might lost him. So that lost him a bit of time. But here we go. Oli Bogues into the final lap of the race for the Porsche Supercup here in Monza.
Yeah, but I want to talk about the standings real quick. This is huge for Oli Bogues. He wins this race to be this 2 race wins back to back. If you look at his championship rivals, Luca Iga and Tyford, look at where they're at. I mean, Iga is still on the points, but those 6 points aren't really much against those 25 points that Oli Bogues will gain. I'm pretty sure if the race standings stay like this, Oli Bogues will take the lead of the championship. So we'll have a new championship leader.
Indeed, and well, the other guys like Cameron Cole he's currently in 15th place, so he's not gonna get any points at all. Yeah, big implications in the championship standings, so yeah.
Mendy Schaffman had also gained a lot out of this. Sorry for interrupting you, but he's up there in 2nd. So, and a lot of the guys in front of him aren't getting points anytime soon. So we see British boys here getting a lot of points today here in Monza. That's kind of ironic if we take a look at football, but this is motorsport, of course. But yeah, final lap, as you can see there. And I think Bentley Schaefer can do anything to steal that win away from Oli Bogues. I haven't been here for all race, but I can just see he's been pretty confident around this track and around these cars right now for having that gap and sending continuous fastest laps.
Well, definitely. Yeah, well, definitely he is very confident with his driving style today, and he's now coming around the final corner now. Here it goes. Oli Bogues, after winning the race back at the Portugal round at the Portimao circuit. He's going to go for 2 in a row. Ollie Burks wins at Monza. What a win for him, and Bentley Schaefer will finish in 2nd place. Giuseppe Stella, for the hometown hero, goes up into P3, will finish on a podium there for Giuseppe Stella. And here comes Cameron Cole round the final corner, and he will take P15, but he's gonna definitely lose some standings, definitely. But yeah, Ollie Burks winning the Monza round of the Porsche Supercup once more for 2 in a row here. So
you do the top 10, I do the last top 10?
Yeah, well, yeah, I'll do the top 10 and you do the bottom 10. So Ollie Burks, yeah, big win for him. 2 wins in a row for him, and I think he's probably going to take the championship lead. And Bentley Schaefer will finish up in 2nd place. For it is British 1-2 for this race. Giuseppe Stella, the Italian driver, the hometown favourite, Giuseppe Stella finishing in 3rd place. Kasim Adnan will finish 4th place. Robert Tell will finish in 5th place. David Byers finish in 6th. Luca Iger will finish in 7th. Jose Lucas in 8th. And then Alex Luan will finish in P9. And rounding out the top 10 is Sergio Moro.
Hold on.
Look. Oh boy. Okay, so... Well, I think so. That's the bottom 10 there, and I guess I'm probably gonna have to do for him. I guess Boss Kelly will finish in P11 there. Ryan Adam finishing in P12, and then also in Rubinho Gonzalez will finish in finishes in P13. Then Yatis Teresic will finish in P14. And then also Cameron Cole finishing P15, Michael Valjax P16, Emil T-Ford in P17, Gabriel Gomez will finish in 18th, and Alexander Arnold, the former F1 driver, will finish in 19th, and then Paul Shoshana, very disappointing weekend for him, finishes in P20. So that is it for the 2019 Porsche Supercups round, the Monza round, and it definitely has some actions that I've seen. Definitely the lap 1 incident involving Alexander Arnold almost, I think, made a contact with Gabriel Gomez as well in the first laps in the Variante Ascari. But yeah, overall it was a pretty nice race, if to be fair. But we're moving on into the driver of the day. So, I mean, would it be really weird to ask you that who is driver of the day, even though you're not commentating for 2/3 of a race, Giuseppe?
To be honest, I don't really know who started where and stuff like that. So I didn't really see all of the race, but I guess you can go ahead and tell me your driver of the day, because you've been here all race, so that'll be more fair.
Yeah, I think so, but I honestly think that, I think probably Ollie Burks, to be honest, since he started first and then, pretty much a surprise. He was on the back foot when it was in the qualifying session all along, but he gets a surprise pole position, and then he decides to be, pretty dominant in this race and actually getting a win and a pole position as well. So Ollie Burks will be my driver of the day.
Yeah, so, for the few laps I saw, I have to agree. Just I guess for the fun few laps, because he was setting fastest laps everywhere. I know it's kind of boring to give to the race winner, because of course it's obvious, but we can do an exception here. Yeah, go on, Paolo. Sorry for interrupting.
I mean, also with a little bit of honorable mention, I would say Rahul Patel actually did a decent job as well, fighting through the grid and had a little moments there coming in the first couple of laps, but you managed to finish in P5. So yeah, pretty good honorable mention for Rahul Patel there. But yeah, so that is it for this round of the Assetto Corsa F1 Championship, the 2019 Porsche Supercup Italy round here at Monza. Next round, we're heading to the Autodromo. Yep, it's Mexico round, so it's we're gonna go at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez track, and I definitely can say, I'm pretty excited for that one. What about you, Giuseppe?
Yeah, it's a great track, of course. With that long straight, slipstream will probably actually come into effect there, considering the straight is pretty long. But yeah, certainly one of my favorite tracks even to drive on, so I'm certainly looking forward to that. And I hope you guys are too. But that's it from me. I've been Giuseppe Stella.
And for me, Pausa. So then we'll see you for the